call on Yahweh Hashem Hawashai and the name Yahushai coming back at you with another part 2 of Weapons of Mass Destruction. And I have to cut the camera off real quick, but we're gonna get back to this. It was a short one anyway, but it's very informative. Ezekiel 38, happens to do with these type of weapons, and it's best to pay attention to them and to have insight, because when Jacob is gonna go up against Esau and he don't have the spirit of the Lord on them, them 2/3, they're gonna die quicker than what you can imagine. You really don't want to hear that shit. You really don't want to hear that shit in the middle of the night. I'm trying to tell you, my nigga.
This is what a nuclear bomb actually sounds like. That little bitch humming noise you heard was the electromagnetic pulse interfering with the microphone. The more you think about it, the more terrifying it becomes. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a number 2 because it definitely made me shit my pants. 7 miles and over 30 seconds later, the shockwave reaches the camera. You'll hear what you'd expect, a loud bang, followed by something absolutely bone-chilling. That rumbling you hear is the sound of the fucking earth being sucked into the mushroom cloud. In fact, over 12 million shit tons of soil is lifted off the ground, leaving a 300-foot-deep crater in its wake. By the way, this one's just a baby. It's 16 kilotons, which is around 24% smaller than the bomb dropped on Nagasaki. The thought of that is fucking insane, if you ask me. You guys seem to enjoy.
And that is the nuclear event that's foretold in the Bible. And like he said, watch this one more time.
This is what a nuclear bomb actually sounds like. That little bitch humming noise you heard was the electromagnetic pulse interfering with the microphone. The more you think about it, the more terrifying it becomes. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a number 2 because it definitely made me shit my pants. 7 miles and over 30 seconds later, the shockwave reaches the camera. You'll hear what you'd expect, a loud bang, followed by something absolutely bone-chilling. That rumbling you hear is the sound of the fucking earth being sucked into the mushroom cloud. In fact, over 12 million shit tons of soil is lifted off the ground, leaving a 300-foot-deep crater in its wake. By the way, this one's just a baby. It's 16 kilotons, which is around 24% smaller than the bomb dropped on Nagasaki. The thought of that is fucking insane, if you ask me. You guys seem to enjoy.
And that's the nuclear bomb that's so powerful. And like he said, that's just a small demo compared to what they can actually do. And like they were saying, and the stories, you know what I'm saying, about the nuclear bombs. One of the nuclear bombs, like the Tsar bomb, is so powerful. Before it even hit the ground, it explodes, causing a vacuum that can suck you in, you know what I'm saying, and then blow the fuck up, and then push you out, And that is a fucking very powerful gun, very powerful piece of technology from Esau. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I'm not really much of a guns person, but that is some demonic shit, you know what I'm saying, coming from these white people, and that they're capable of that kind of demonic power, you know what I'm saying. And is I ain't gonna lie, that was pretty impressive, you know what I'm saying. But in the wrong hands, like with this white man, that shit ain't no joke to play with. And these motherfuckers talking about guns this, guns that. Hell no, you see what this white nigga is packing? Without the spirit of the Lord, you're not gonna survive this shit. You're not. Let me go get me some scriptures before we go to the next video. I didn't want to make this one too long. I get straight to the plan with this one. That's why I read Ezekiel 38. It says, and it will come to pass that at the same time when Gog, which is Russia, comes against the land of Israel. Because when they fighting, and a white man fighting during World War III and Jacob's Trouble and all of that, well, mainly World War III, that's when they come in next. But the children of Israel, they're going to be fighting for their lives, man, and they're going to get blown away, nigga. During that war, it's going to be terrible, man. Horrible. It's not going to be no joke. It says, and it will come to pass, because the white people fighting each other, but the real war is coming to Israel. That's the whole game. So it's Esau versus Jacob, straight up. But these 2/3, they're gonna get that work, man. They gonna get their ass kicked. It says, and it will come to pass at the same time that when God comes against the land of Israel, says Yahweh, that my fury will show in my face. For in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath I have spoken, surely in that day there shall be a great earthquake in the land of Israel. Meaning that those are nuclear events that's cracking off. And these ain't no ordinary type of bombs. They call the biggest one that Russia got right now that's famous is the nuclear bomb called Satan II. That's the one to where it explode over you. And not only just over you, it sends a shotgun missile of different ballistic missiles at you. And then China got the Gongfei or some shit like that. And it's a big ass ballistic missile that's considered an astronomical weapon that broke the sound barrier and flew over the world. One time around the world. That's how fast that motherfucker was, and blew up at a specific target. So, these missiles, the missiles going to come fast and they're going to come quick. But the damage they going to make is going to be terrifying. Like I said, the nuclear bomb is so... The biggest one, Satan II, is so powerful, it's going to make the ground feel like jello, feel like water. You know what I'm saying? And you, I don't care how many states you far away from, you can hear that motherfucker. You'll be able to hear it. You know what I'm saying? That's how big and gigantic Satan 2 is. You'll be able to hear that motherfucker. And you could be in California and this motherfucker got let off in like Mexico or something like that. You're going to be able to hear that motherfucker. Like that's big as fuck. You're going to be able to feel it, And so that the fish of the sea, the birds of the heavens, and the beasts of the field, all the creeping things on the earth, and all men who are on the face of the earth shall shake at my presence. The mountains shall be thrown down, the steep places shall fall, and every wall shall fall to the ground. That's a nuclear event, man. They and America know that Russia got some work, nigga. They got some shit, man. That's gonna really fuck this place up, man. And that and the Satan II is not a joke. That bomb, it breaks sound barrier too, and it's undetectable. Just because right now America is flexing on Russia and I'm warning them, Russia and China and them, that we got, bombs that will come out and do some damage too. But no. We heard the stories about how Russia and them was the first ones to create a nuclear event. America stole their scientists and made them come up with the idea of the nuclear event and replicated it. But Russia was the ones that did the nuclear fission and did that event first. So they like 15 years ahead of fucking America and shit. These niggas got some real work, man. You know what I'm saying? That will make that shit look like Warhammer, nigga. And like, nigga, that shit will blow your ass up, man. It like I said, and this is a part of the wrath of Yahweh. It says, I will call for a sword against Gog throughout all of my mountains, says Yahweh Bashim Shai. Every man's brother's sword will be against another. That's a nuclear day, because when they exchange a nuclear event with Russia, Russia is expecting a nuclear event from America and from all other nations. They expecting it. They gonna get off on each other. And I will bring him to judgment with pestilence and bloodshed. I will rain down on him, on his troops, and on the many peoples who are with him, flooding rain, great hailstones, fire, and brimstone. That's nuclear rain. It says that thus I will magnify myself and sanctify myself, and I will be known in the eyes of many nations. Then they shall know that I am Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Meaning that the Lord is telling you, God told you that I'm gonna blow this place up. And I got some nuclear, I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? For the people that don't believe and say it's not gonna happen, we getting closer and closer to that day. They putting it all on the news and everything. So it's not like it's not coming. It is coming. It says, and you, son of man, prophesied against Gog and say, thus says Yahweh Shem Yahushai, behold, I am against you, O Gog, the prince of Rosh, Meshach, and Tubal, and I will turn you around and lead you on, bringing you up from the far north, and bring you against the mountains of Israel, because Russia is known as the bottomless pit. So he's gonna bring that great monster from the bottomless pit, and they gonna come and they gonna do war with America. Then I will knock the bow out of your left hand and cause the arrows to fall out of your right hand, meaning that the Most High is gonna destroy Russia too, through the power and spirit of the nuclear event, because America gonna let off. They're gonna let off. They got some shit too. You know, it says, you shall fall upon the mountains of Israel, you and all your, meaning that the children of Israel, we're gonna get our just due. The Most High is gonna do it for us. All troops and the people who are with you, I will give you to the birds of prey of every sort and the beasts of the field to be devoured. The nuclear bomb's gonna wipe Russia ass out too. It says, you shall fall on the open field, for I have spoken, says Yahweh, and I will send a fire on Magog and on those who live in security in the coastlands. Then they shall know that I am Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, so I will make my name holy, make my holy name known in the midst of my people Israel, and I will not let them profane my holy name anymore. They laughing at the Lord until they realize when Yahushai come back on the second coming, that the Most High beamed up the ones that were promised to make it to the end, and he lead the rest of them 2/3, and them nuclear bombs is coming, and they getting off too. They getting off, and them 2/3 realize that they gotta be there. You know what I'm saying? Most High like, yeah, use your guns against that. You know, surely it is coming, and it shall be done. Says Yahweh Shem Yahushai, this is the day of which I have spoken. Then those who dwell in the cities of Israel will go out and set on fire and burn the weapons, both the shields and bucklers, bows and arrows and javelins and spears, and they will make fires with them for 7 years. They will not take wood from the field, nor cut down any from the forest, because they will make fires with the weapons, and they will plunder those who plundered them and pillage those who pillaged them, says Yahweh the Lord. So after the 2/3 is dead, and these white people are dead, he gonna go get those elites. Those elites are gonna start picking up all the weapons and getting all the nuclear equipment and getting all of these tanks and bombs and all kinds of AKs and missile launchers, and burning them in big ass piles, because it ain't gonna be no more weapons to where Esau can just dig up a gun and go and grab that. No, to truth be told, all these weapons that the children of Israel are gonna fight against, they are not, they're old technology. The real power is the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and name Yahushai, the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So if he wanted to, you know what I'm saying, blow you away, he'll use the power of his arm, man. He sock you one time and your whole body be torn apart by the power of his blow. That's the spirit of Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? He can levitate you in the sky and then just drop you down and break your bones and all that and destroy you. That is real technology. That is real power. All this other stuff is just carnal weapons from Esau. Esau not gonna be able to pick up no gun during slavery and just start dumping at the children of Israel. It's not even gonna hurt them. It's not even gonna scratch them. You know, they have new bodies. They just gonna use their powers to push him away and kill him and get that weapon. You know what I'm saying? And take it apart right before his eyes. And he just gonna be like, man, I can't do nothing. I'm unable to do anything. I can't rebel. I can't go against the children. So I might as well just go into slavery and do what I got to do. And that's exactly what's going to happen to Esau. He's going to have to go into slavery. And all these guns that you're about to see, they're going to be destroyed. But before all of that, the 2/3, they're going to get their ass whooped by these kind of weapons, because they're going to come out with all that gang, you know what I'm saying, with all that blood crip, with all that, you know what I'm saying, MS-13 power and all that weird shit, and they gonna get their ass blown away by these weapons of war, because they powerful. But they ain't gonna work in the kingdom. But, you know, for now, during Jacob's trouble in World War III, in the last day of the world, this is, they're deadly.
10 years of gun love. Remember these self-driving cars with miniguns from Terminator 3? When you look at the Uran 9 robot and the German Rheinmetall Mission Master, and I tell you that it's Skynet, only one thought comes to your mind. The Uran 9 is a 10-ton remote-controlled tank which carries 4 anti-tank missiles, a 30mm gun, flamethrowers, machine gun. Sure, it's not as cool as the robots from the movie, but even today, a dozen of these robots can patrol an area of several kilometers. Plus, any manpower and small caliber weapons are useless against its armor. And this remote-controlled German Rheinmetall Mission Master armored personnel carrier helps soldiers transport personal belongings, weapons, ammunition, and other cargo weighing up to 600 kilograms to any hard-to-reach places. It's also armed with machine guns and MLRS, 14 70mm rockets. How awesome does this look? The only thing this machine gun lacks is being self-aware. Cluster bombs are the most terrifying aerial bombs in history. One such bomb, the CVU-58, contains 650 bombs the size of baseballs. When the CVU-58 was dropped from an aircraft, it would open up in the air. The CVU-89 cluster bomb created minefields in a matter of seconds. One 450-kilogram bomb contained 432 anti-tank and 132 anti-personnel mines, which fell to the ground and were active for 40 days. Nothing could have saved you from these weapons. Cluster bombs are banned in 108 countries around the world, as they are considered one of the most inhumane weapons. The AK-630M2 Duet is a Russian automatic rotary cannon capable of finding and destroying any target at a distance of 5 kilometers. Fastest firing cannon on the planet. 1,000 rounds per minute with 30 by 165mm ammunition. Watch these two 6-barreled cannons shoot so fast, they look like a flamethrower. And this is the American ProFence M134 minigun, the only machine gun in the world that can be controlled remotely without any human intervention at all. The ProFence M134 minigun has the highest rate of fire of any machine gun, 6,000 rounds per minute. The Russian Bastion P is the fastest coastal missile system. It finds a target, fires a missile, then redeploys in less than 5 minutes. This rate allows one Bastion P to control more than 600 kilometers of coastline. 30 of these vehicles could protect the entire U.S. coastline. The Bastion P is armed with the P-800 Onyx anti-ship cruise missile.
You don't want that kind of work, I'm trying to tell you.
Can hit targets at a distance of 300
Gang my ass.
A 300-kilogram warhead would tear that approaches the target at a supersonic speed of 3.2 thousand kilometers an hour. This makes it difficult to detect and intercept with air defense. Does this rocket remind you of anyone? The S-400 Triumph is the most powerful anti-aircraft missile system in the world. It is capable of destroying any aerial target, including ballistic missiles. For comparison, the fastest rocket in the world, the Zircon, can reach a speed of 3 kilometers per second and fly around the Earth in 4 hours. But even that is too slow to escape the S-400, which can destroy targets reaching speeds of up to 5 kilometers per second. The S-400 takes only 2 to 3 seconds to lock all targets within a 600-kilometer radius and up to 100 kilometers high. After that, its homing missiles are ready to attack.
Yeah.
The most frightening MLRS in the world. The TOS-1A is a tank with 24 thermobaric 220mm rockets. In 6 seconds, it can rain down fire on 40,000 square meters of land. That's 4 baseball fields. The thermobaric rockets are sprayed over that cause the fuel and enemy equipment to, but the maximum range of the TOS-1A is 6 kilometers. If the enemy is far away, then the 9A-52 Smerch becomes the most powerful and longest range MLRS in the world. It can strike targets up to 120 kilometers away. The 9A-52 is loaded with 12 300mm rockets. It can fire a full volley in just 38 seconds, shelling an area the size of 67 baseball fields. And if not
Yeah, ain't no getting away from this white nigga.
but the whole convoy, then 60 9A-52s would. Archer is the fastest artillery system in the world. The 155mm cannon takes only 23 seconds to turn around and fire the first shot. impossible to track down. Once on alert, the automatic artillery can fire 8 rounds per minute. Imagine what a few of these fast artillery systems are. Check out this Ohio-class submarine. Terrifying, right? One Ohio-class submarine has 24 13-meter Trident II D5 rockets with 288 nuclear warheads on board. 12 warheads per missile. No other submarine in the world carries that many nuclear charges. The missile's flight range is 11.3 thousand kilometers. That's enough to fire at any part of the planet if it imperceptibly approaches the coast and unleashes all Trident II D5s from a depth of 30 meters. The United States has 14 of these submarines. Can you imagine what would happen if they launched all the missiles at the same time? No missile defense in the world would be able to handle that. Many nuclear ballistic missiles have more than one warhead. One rocket can drop up to 14 nuclear bombs. When a missile reaches an altitude of 100 kilometers, the warheads are deployed and they hit their targets with extreme precision. For example, the R-30 Bulava missile contains 10 nuclear warheads, which are 10 times more powerful than the bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima. The R-30s are fired from a submarine, just like the Trident II missiles on the Ohio-class submarines. Now look at this. The 22-meter RS-24 Yards intercontinental ballistic missile with a range of 12,000 kilometers. Think it has even more warheads? Well, no, just 4. But each of them is... We have come to the most powerful weapon on the planet. The RS-28 Sarmat is the world's largest and longest range intercontinental ballistic missile. The RS-28 is as tall as a 10-story building, 35 meters. The rocket weighs 200 tons and is about as wide as a Boeing 737. The gigantic RS-28 is capable of hitting a target at a distance of 18,000 kilometers. That's enough to fly across Eurasia from west to east. But that's not all. The RS-28 has the most powerful warheads. Each warhead weighs 1 ton and has a yield of 750 kilotons. One launch can drop 10 nuclear warheads. And on top of that, the RS-28 is the most undetectable missile in the world. It's the only rocket on the planet that can be launched through the South Pole. That makes the RS-28 invisible to missile defense systems, because all radars are oriented to the west and the east. Now imagine what 10 or even 100 of these missiles could do. And that's all. We hope you enjoyed the video.
And as you can see, and then guess what's in the top of in the caps of these warheads? When one video I was watching, when the white man took out the cap of the warheads, it was nothing but a pile of beans, and these pile of beans were nuclear fission beans, and these beans was so powerful that if they ignited with the flames and the explosion of the bombs that are inside the nuclear warhead, they could cause some cataclysmic shit. And it's kind of funny because it was like, you telling me that these niggas died by a bunch of beans? Yeah, nigga, white nigga have made some nuclear fission beans that when explode, they can really make cities vanish. And you know how big our cities are? You know how big the other cities are around the world? That shit will make work. And like you said, Laura said the mountains will melt at that type of fervent heat, man. That's real heat. You know what I'm saying? The elements are going to dissolve by that heat. You're not even going to be able to see or breathe in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Your body is just going to combust because the elements that are in the air cannot stabilize you. They will unmake you. And like they said, the elements are in the air is mostly water and H2O and iron. Imagine if they were forced to transfer by an explosive element. They would cause them to blow the fuck up and become fire. So the nuclear bombs are so powerful. Not only they gonna dissolve the heavens, they gonna dissolve the earth. It's gonna be fire popping out of nowhere, just blowing niggas up because of the chemicals in the air they're exploding. You know what I'm saying? So you're not even gonna be near the nuclear bomb, but just by it dissolving and heating up everything and burning the shit out of everything, it's gonna explode right in front of you, and it wasn't no bomb right there. That's how powerful the Lord is. That's the power of the Lord, man. We keep warning you about it. You know what I'm saying? But with that, calling Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in the name of Yahushai, Lord willing, I hope that this was edifying to those that read. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and those that believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in the name of Yahushai, and those of them that don't, come back to the Lord, because the things that are coming is not good at all. So I'm gonna read one more. 17, Ezekiel 38, verse 17. It says, "And as for you, son of man, says Yahweh Hashem, so I speak to every sort of bird and to every beast of the field. Assemble yourselves and come, gather together from all sides to my sacrificial meal, which I am sacrificing for you, a great sacrificial meal on the mountains of Israel, that you may eat flesh and drink blood. You shall eat the flesh of the mighty, drink the blood of the princes of the earth, of rams and of lambs, and of goats and bulls, and all of the fatling of Bashan. You shall eat fat till you are full, and drink blood till you are drunk. At my sacrificial meal, which I am sacrificing for you, you shall be filled at my table with horses and riders, with mighty men, and with all the men of war, says Yahweh Shem Shai. I will set my glory among the nations, and all the nations shall see my judgment, which I have executed in my hand, which I have laid on them." So by the time the Lord is done with the 2/3, they're going to know God did it. They're going to know that the Lord did it. I'm trying to tell you, man. He going to let these white people get off into your ass, man. And they got all kinds of military equipment beyond your imagination. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's not a lot of brothers that study that kind of field, you know. And for those brothers that do, they well aware of what is coming. That's why people, when they hear the word and they hear the truth, some of them people, the Most High open their mind up to see that kind of knowledge, and they just look away, like, oh shit, like I don't even want to know about it. I'm gonna go on about my day. I don't believe in that. That's not what I believe in. You guys believe in something totally different. They try to hurry up and abandon it because you know how much chaos is coming. You understand what destruction mean. You understand what the wrath of Yahweh mean. You understand these things, but you know it's for you to embrace it because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai said that He will protect us in the name of Yahweh Shai in these days that come. So I put my faith in Yahweh because Yahweh is the one that's doing all these things. That's the secret. The Most High made the white man to beat a sword to punish us. Now, as soon as He gonna break the sword and throw it in the trash because it's no more good, He's gonna destroy the white man. Because the white man think of all the evil that he's done, he don't get no payment out of it. Your payment is death. You know what I'm saying? Your payment is slavery. So he that lead into captivity must go into captivity. He who kill with the sword must be killed with the sword. This is the patience and the faith of the saints. This is really going to happen to him. So he act like all the bad things that he's done and all this humane shit that's about to happen, he's gonna get away with it. Hell no. He's gonna get his just due and his just payment out of it. And then when he set off the nuclear bombs, he's gonna be here to experience that shit too. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these nuclear bombs, they've been low-key kind of tested, but not on cities, not on people. You know, and now it's coming to that point. You know what I'm saying? Only bomb that I know about is the Hiroshima event. But, you know, to the point to where it's a SARS bomb or a ballistic missile or Satan 2 or the Gongfei missile, I think I pronounced it right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never seen no shit like that before. So, you know, call on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and name Yahushai. And it was good. And Shalom is on to the next video.